Oh, hello Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. So we've got 5 of Swords. That's all right. I feel like you're usually an optimistic person. I think you are usually very cheerful and very happy and very confident. You handle problems very well. You handle criticism very well. You're not really one to doubt things or to second guess yourself very much. You're very confident, very strong, you know. I think lately, though, there's been a little bit of doubt, okay? I think there's just kind of a little bit of confusion about what's supposed to come next, okay? It's kind of like you've been doing a lot of work in your life. You've been making a lot of progress. Suddenly now it feels like you kind of ran into some fog, okay? It happens, right? It happens to all of us. And we're just sort of trying to figure out, we're trying to get our bearings. You know, you're sailing this ship and just kind of, we're in a little bit of a storm right now. Not a bad storm, but it's one where we kind of get turned around a little bit. And maybe it's just that fog. We can't really see. We got to go real slow to make sure we don't bump into anything. You know? Let's put this card into some context and let's see what else is going on. Well, look at that. That is the Art or Temperance card. That is your superpower card, okay? It's the card that rules the sign of Sagittarius. And what do you know? The Queen of Wands. That is your other superpower card. So every sign has 2 superpower cards. They have one of the major arcana, and of course they have one of the court. And it's kind of like this is your spiritual self, and let's say that spiritual self reflected into the world of manifestation and action, right? This is the theory of your sort of the best version of yourself, and this is you actually down here in the world doing it, right? This is very good. You have both superpower cards. It doesn't happen often. We've got a 3 of Wands now. Oh, we've even got the Eon or Judgment, Rebirth, Reawakening, the Baptism by Fire. And, unexpected news coming in. This is something, this is a realization, this is a thought, this is a fact, this is a perception, this is your awareness of the path forward. Okay? In the middle of this confusion, because of all this fire, you're going to see the way out. I'm not even worried about it. Not even worried about it. It might come by way of a Libra person in your life. Here's the 4 of Cups, the Chariot, 4 of Wands now, and all the love at the end, all of the abundance at the end. That's beautiful. I feel like this is you arriving into the port. You know, this is you arriving in the harbor of your destination, the harbor of your heart, right? If we're on the ship, you know, and we're trying to navigate this fog, the fog's going to clear. You're going to see some sort of a beacon out there. Some sort of light is going to shine. You're going to hear somebody hollering your name, and you're going to know which way to go. Okay? And really the key component here is that you're not losing your confidence. Yeah. And of course the ship starts sailing again, and you arrive at your destination. This is really, really good. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. We're going to select a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're going to set it down right here and put Bubo, our little owl friend, right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but, it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, please drop it in the comments down below. Let's exercise our intuition, all right? First, though, let's take a look around the room. We've got major, major, major arcana. I think that things feel confusing right now because this is sort of the final test. We've got this temperance card, and for me, it's kind of like the way steel is tempered. I know a lot of the time the card is talking about, the path of moderation, right? The middle way, But sometimes I think it really just talks about the pressure cooker that we find ourselves in. We're kind of in the furnace, we're in the fire, we're in the difficult situation right now. And I think that it's fortifying you. See, that's the card of yourself, of your spiritual self, right? It's kind of like Spirit is putting you in these difficult situations in order to strengthen you, in order to temper you, to make you into the sort of the superhero of your own life, And I think from there we're going to be traveling smoothly forward. Not forward so much, but up. See, this is our other major arcana energy. And this is the card of the fiery doorway. This is saying that, yeah, you're in the fire here. And it's maybe it's fog, maybe it's smoke. Maybe we can't really see the way out right now. And it just feels like we're in this difficult situation. Well, it's because you're in the middle of this doorway. You're in the middle of this transcendence. You're right in the middle of a leveling up. Okay, a spiritual activation, a spiritual awakening, and ascension. And you're going through this divine doorway. And of course, this is you as hard as steel now, right? This is you sort of fortified and traveling forward now with your full armor on. You think of a knight who is going through all of these challenges and all these battles, and their armor, their suit of armor is getting all banged up, and it's dirty, and it's rusted, and it's got holes in it, and dents in it, and all this stuff, and mud and grass stuck in the joints. This is you sort of passing all those tests and getting a brand new, shiny, gold-plated suit of armor, because you've passed the test and you've earned this, okay? You really, really have earned it. Let's do a divine doorway card for our doorway here with the Eon card, and that is the portal to your future. And I think this is kind of what you're looking for. It may seem kind of foggy right now that we can't exactly see it, but it's there. And really, it's like you're in the middle of that passageway. Okay, so it might feel like you're getting turned around or something. And I think Spirit's saying just stay on course. Just hold the wheel steady. You're going in the right direction. Okay, here's our divine doorway, the Three of Cups. A toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 cups in happiness. 3 cheers are done. Celebration is near. Well, that's the celebration that we get from the 2 of Cups, right? 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups. Because you're arriving in the harbor of your heart. You're attaining your heart's desire. Whatever it is, right? It's pure gold. It is pure gold. Yeah. Very, very happy to bring this message to you. That you're in the middle of this challenging situation because this is that doorway to that future. Okay? This is it. We've got a lot of fire otherwise. Okay, fire, fire, fire. We've got water and water. We've got air and air. And the air really is perfect too because it's confusion and then a swift breeze, right? It's a very strong wind that blows away all the fog. And it clears the sea, and we can really take a look at what's going on now. Maybe we've kind of stopped the boat. Okay, and maybe we stopped the boat and we're waiting for the fog to clear. I think it's clearing very soon, and then we can get back on track. Okay, now let's go to the Queen of Wands underneath there. And this is one of your power cards. It's your ability to not lose heart. You're in the middle of this fire, but there's something you're protecting. There's something that's untouched. No matter how difficult things get, you seem to be like the kind of person that is, you may be cursing up a storm, but you're not losing heart, you're not losing faith. There's something in there that is pure and sacred, and that's not going anywhere. Okay, so you're someone who can keep the faith. You may be mad and confused and angry and cursing like a sailor, right? But you're not losing faith. And this is a very important quality. Even if we've come to a full stop, maybe it's just that, hey, it's too foggy. Have you ever been on the road where there's just so much fog that you have to pull over? I have. It's scary, right? You can't see the car in front of you until their taillights are like right in front of you. It's something. It's scary. So maybe we've pulled over. And maybe it's frustrating, but you've got faith. You've got heart. You've got heart because I think that this is the right path for you. We've got this Three of Wands in the background. The Three of Wands is, it's pretty much a confirmation that your will is correct. It's the card of virtue. You absolutely know that this is the right journey for you, that you're on the right path, that you have the right goal, in your future. And so pulling over for a minute or two or for however long it's going to take the fog to clear is not that big of a deal. You're not wavering at all. You're not second guessing yourself. And I think that's very important because at the beginning, I got to say, at the beginning, we had that Five of Swords and I started to think, well, maybe you're not sure of your path anymore. Maybe you're starting to question or doubt why you're even here. No, I don't think so. These other cards came out, and I see that you're just as fired up as you usually are. You're keeping the engine running, even though maybe we're going very, very slow right now because we don't want to hit anything. And you're waiting for that strong breeze to clear out all the difficulty, to clear the fog away. Okay. And so the Three of Wands, I think, is an important sense of identity as well. I feel like you know what you're meant to do in life. You know where you're meant to go, what you're meant to do. I don't know. Are you sailing to Greece? I don't know. I always feel Greece with you, and maybe that's my own projection, but I feel like you have a very strong sense of who you are. You know what you're all about. Yeah. And I think you know what the future is meant to hold for you. You've seen the vision of it. And I think if you didn't have that vision of the future, I don't know that you'd be willing to endure everything that you're enduring. So it tells me that because you're willing to suffer like this, because you're willing to put in everything you have, because you're in the middle of this open ocean and it's foggy or stormy or whatever, and you're willing to sort of sit there and wait for the storm to pass, to keep pushing forward, it says you really believe where you're going. You really know that this is it for you. Yeah, you have a strong sense of the correctness of your path. We might be talking business. We might be talking relationships or personal things. Maybe we're talking about something that has to do with the home or the living situation. Okay. I feel like there is a connection with Greece, though, and you. I'm not sure. I don't know what that is. There is a lot of bliss, a lot of water at the end of this fire, and this is any kind of challenging situation that we go through. This is the grueling, like a Spartan race. Talking about Greece. This is doing the Spartan race, and it's tough. I've never done it. I thought about it once. It's punishing, right? But at the end, that Two of Cups and that Three of Cups. The Two of Cups is you arriving at the goal. The Three of Cups is how good it feels to get to the goal. Okay? Maybe we'll turn this card over so we can see the doorway. It's verdant, lush green on the other side of that passageway. But while you're in the passageway, it is tough. It is punishment. Okay? And there's a reason why you're doing that. It's kind of like you see people doing something like a Spartan race, and you say, why would you ever do that? I wanted to. I don't know why I wanted to, but I wanted to at one point. I never did. I don't think I'm really prepared for that kind of a challenge, but maybe that's what you're doing. You're doing something, I think, that other people will look at in that way. Be like, why would anybody want to do that? It has a special meaning for you. Okay, and I don't know if this is a particular event that you're preparing for, that you're sort of in the middle of, either training for, or you're literally in the middle of doing it. Maybe you got your headphones in as you're running the race listening to my program. That would be cool. But I feel that it holds a special significance for you. That this is something that is uniting you with, maybe with your true potential, with your true self. It's something that's almost akin to a spiritual experience for you. Now, we could be talking something at work, could be talking school, we could be talking any kind of a training. Maybe it's like a boot camp, maybe it's something else. It has a very special meaning for you. Other people don't have to understand it. Okay. But what is that Five of Swords for you? What is the fog? What is the clarity that you're searching for? Why is there sort of a confusion of sorts? Right? Because this is where the central air energy is. This is all the air we got, right? So in all this fire that we have, it's kind of like you're starting to wonder what the rest of the plan is, or you're having some sort of confusion about which way is the right way. It's like our compass is sort of spinning around in circles and we don't know, right? Maybe it's you're in the middle of that Spartan race and we start to sort of, our mind starts to say, I don't know, why did I ever decide to do this? We're jogging, I guess. This is me jogging. Why am I even here? What is the purpose? Why did I agree to this? Maybe it's a work thing. Maybe you're in the middle of a really sort of terrible project at work. Maybe you've agreed to do all this overtime or something, and it's just like, oh, why am I here? I'm so tired. I'm just confused. Maybe you've been up for days, and it's just like, we're starting to have all these thoughts, but meanwhile, you're still doing it. So I don't think it takes away from your certainty that this is the right path for you, but it's sometimes the mind just has this reaction of like, I can't believe I agreed to this. I'm not quitting. No, but gosh, this was dumb, But I think it's different than that. Anyway, I kind of feel as if there is a problem that you're trying to solve. There is this challenge. You're at the Spartan race, and there's one obstacle that you just can't get over. You're trying to figure out how to do it. Maybe it's the rope climbing thing. Maybe it's going over the wall. Maybe it's doing all the burpees. I don't know. But it's kind of like we just can't see the solution. Or maybe you're on some game show or something, and it's just like there's a problem. And you're trying to figure out how to solve that problem. And until you do, there's going to be no forward movement. Okay? This is the card of you finding that solution. This might be coming by way of a Libra energy, but maybe the Libra suggestion here is that the answer is coming through a partnership or a teamwork kind of thing. It's kind of a collab. The way you solve this problem is work with somebody else. Kind of like you got to jump on somebody else's shoulders. You ever play Roblox? My daughter started playing that, and she wants to play with me all the time. I think it's such a fun game. But anyway, it's kind of like you have to sort of you have to cooperate with somebody in order to get this problem solved. Okay, maybe it's a math problem, maybe it's a problem at work, maybe you're doing some sort of engineering or some sort of coding work. I'm getting the impression it has something to do with music, and I don't know why. I'm like hearing the music in my head, and it might just be, it might just be the looking for the right series of notes that's going to bring the whole song together. Kind of reminds me of Ray Manzarek in The Doors, where he's trying to find the sort of, I don't know, whatever it is, the hook or the melody or whatever for Light My Fire, And he's going through all these he's trying to figure it out, and finally it hits, and he's got it. And it's become this, iconic, musical piece. Anyway, one of my favorite groups of musicians, The Doors. It feels like something like that, okay? Anyway, we are going to go over to the Path of the Serpent. We're going to talk about these cards. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Helps the channel. Win-win situation. And I appreciate it. Okay. Four of Cups. Kind of the boat sort of idling on the ocean now. But we can see that it's kind of getting clear, hey, the storm's past us now. The fog has lifted. I can almost see the sky even. The water, a little choppy, but not too bad. I think we're out of the storm. And I think that this solution has come in, and it's been as a fresh breeze to sort of blow the storm out of here. And now we're sort of ready. Now we can sort of check the boat, make sure there are no holes in the boat, right? Reminds me of that Sinatra song. And I think now we're ready to set sail again. This is kind of the leak check, making sure that everything is good and we're ready to sort of, and maybe the boat sort of sprung a leak. Maybe that's part of your Five of Swords, right? But anyway, the solution has been found. The problem has been found and solved. Okay, and whatever, maybe it's something mechanical or something electrical, we don't know. But things are running again, and we're ready to go. We're ready to set sail. Yeah, and it's kind of it's a relief, Anytime we have a 5, right? What do we say on this channel? Every time we have a 5, we start looking around for the 4. Well, there's the 4. Okay, over here, it kind of makes me want to say, "Damn, you're in a tight spot." Right, and there's, okay, they got out of it. It's like I feel like I'm watching a movie with you most of the time. It's just like, oh gosh, how are they going to get out of this situation? It's like one of these weekly dramas or something. It's like an episode of Get Smart. You ever watch that show? This is the relief. It's like, oh, they made it. Oh, thankfully. And now they're sailing off again into into the future, and maybe this is the end of the episode, right? Because here we have you kind of sailing, and this episode is completed, and you're arriving at that safe harbor. I think we can probably name a dozen TV shows that have this similar kind of motif. If you can think of a good one to recommend to me, please put it down in the comments. Those shows where in every week there is a problem, and then there is my soundproofing's falling off the ceiling. Anyway, where there's a problem and a solution and then a conclusion, and every week it's kind of that's the formula, Hopefully this is the last one. I think that really looking at this 2 and 3 of Cups, I feel like this is it. With the 4 of Wands here, I feel like this is the end of a cycle. Okay, I feel like you're sort of concluding this phase of things, and we're ready for whatever is coming next. If this is a conclusion, the Eon card is one heck of a beginning. This is the beginning of the rest of your life, and now it's sort of like we're moving out of all of this fire energy, and we're really getting to the kind of the kind of water that we really like. Look, I mean, the 2 of Cups is one of the most beautiful cards in the Thoth deck. And it's all about love and beauty and joy and bliss. The water is like glass. The skies are clear. You've arrived here. This is where it's kind of like you just shut the engine off on the boat, and you just hear that. It's quiet. It's peaceful and calm. It feels so good, right? And I think this is you sort of coasting in to this harbor of your heart. And, the celebration's about to begin. Celebration is near, this card says. And maybe you're coming in, maybe your ship is pretty battered up. Maybe the sails are torn, maybe the engine is barely held together with, bubble gum and duct tape, right? But you're going to get a fresh set of armor. You're finding your absolute, this is in the Chariot's in the position of the environment, right? So I feel like you're arriving at where you're meant to be. You're going to get a new armor, right? New shiny armor, gold plated, right? And at this point, it's almost it's like honorary, right? It's kind of like here's your gold plated, diamond studded armor. You're not actually going to go wear it into battle, right? Because you don't have to battle anymore. This is now like your uniform, and I feel like this is sort of your, like a forever home. Like this is a place where you're not leaving. Yeah. And so maybe this has something to do with you relocating your self, your business, your home, your family. I feel like you're really putting down some roots here. I feel like this is where you belong, and you're not going back out to sea. This is where you're going to stay, Let's look at the mystery card. I'm kind of nervous about the mystery card because what if it shows you going back out to sea, right? What if it shows like another sort of, another battle or another episode of this weekly drama? I want to see some more water energy. Or, well, we don't really have any earth down here, do we? We don't have any pentacles. I want to see not only the love, the satisfaction, the sort of spiritual and emotional rewards and celebration. I want to see some physical, tangible results too. I'd like to see a 6 of Pentacles. 9 or a 10 would be pretty cool too, right? Let's see what we have. A 3 of Pentacles. I feel like this is you planning the next adventure. This is sort of the producer, the script writer, and the set designer getting together and figuring out next week's episode. So I feel like you're not done. I feel like nothing can really keep you in one place for too long. And maybe that's just how you are, that you're going to enjoy this, and this is beautiful, and you made it, but it's kind of like the sea is always calling, I feel like this is you putting together the next big thing for your life. And this is a very, very wonderful confirmation card. But for now, I think take your 2 and 3 of Cups. Enjoy it. Celebrate yourself. Appreciate it. Stay here for as long as you can. But know that your next adventure is being formulated as we speak. Okay? Maybe you did the Spartan race. Okay, now you're going to go do a double marathon or something. I think you are... You're a warrior, and you're an achiever, and I think that you like to challenge yourself. You like to kind of have the problem and then figure out how to overcome it. I think it feels good. So I look forward to the next one. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around for that, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Sagittarius, Wednesdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings, okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Again, it is free. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're sailing from. And let me know how you're doing. All right. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.